AFTV, DT, it's the same score as last year, really, but that doesn't tell the whole story. 1-0 up again, just like last year. Straight away, we let them get back into the game. Then they go ahead. So many talking points in the game. Lacazette had that huge chance. He hasn't scored it. And then in the end, they get a chance at the end. Touch him, even handball in that. I mean, but ultimately, it's another defeat.
Yeah, it's a strange one. I don't know how to think about it at the moment. I kind of want to see a lot of it again from, straight off from what I've seen once over. Liverpool were the better side. Let's get that, clear first and foremost. They were the better side.
I think we should have too much respect for them.
I think at times we did. I felt that in the first half especially, I felt we were better. In the second half, I felt we were more competitive. I felt our passing was better. I felt that our pressing was better. But I don't know in that first half whether it was nerves, whether it was too much respect, the whole Anfield thing playing on our minds since, they've lost there 2017. I don't know what it was. So let's not take away Liverpool's actual performance because they were the better side. And
we were so negative. Don't you think we were too negative?
Look, what I'm trying to say, right, is that I'm just getting that bit clear first, all right? But that don't excuse Mane should have been sent off in the 3rd minute.
You think definitely a sending off?
You will not see a clearer red card all season. Don't give me any kind of argument to tell me otherwise. It's the clearest red card. Mane was sitting there after it had done saying shoulder. What, is this your shoulder? It was a forearm smash across Tierney's face. It's there. VAR's there. This is not a VAR problem. That incident is not a VAR problem. It's an incompetent referee problem. And that's the issue we have in this country. You still have incompetent clowns that cannot do their job properly trying to officiate technology. If the person controlling it is not competent to do their job properly, then it doesn't matter.
It didn't even go to VAR, did it?
Well, there you go. That says it all. Do you know what I mean? So that's the first issue. Second, we go and score a goal. You are at your most vulnerable when you've scored. We've done it countless times at Liverpool where we've taken a lead. There was one a couple of years ago, I can't remember exactly what year it was, where Ainsley scored first, straight away, go and let them back in. And it was just such a silly mistake. And ironically, Mane is the one that goes and scores it. Shouldn't have even been on the pitch. And then straight after that, we don't even settle at 1-1, it's 2-1. But then something was obviously said at half-time, and the way we performed in the second half was a lot better. And we didn't show them respect, should we say. And we actually went. And Ceballos changed the game when he come on. Lacazette, from what I've seen so far, has had 2 chances. Because I haven't seen a replay as to whether that first one was offside. They keep showing a replay, but we've got no sound here. And I don't actually know what they're actually saying. But I'm presuming that because they're showing it, it's a chance miss, which means it was onside. Then he does the same thing 5 minutes later, and that is clearly onside because we've seen the replays. Inexcusable. He knows it. You see his reaction.
Yeah.
And he's had a great start to the season, 3-3. But it's inexcusable, And Bellerin, performance again. The guy's given 2 foul throws away in a game. I can't remember the last time I've seen a foul throw in a game of football, let alone Premier League football, and 2. I even turned around and said to you, what age group does your son play in? Because we don't even see it at that level. And he's sitting there looking, and that's the worst bit. He's moaning like he hasn't done anything wrong. Why is he not fully stretching his arms? Is he worried about untucking his shirt? I'm not even joking. It's like, what are you doing? Simple, basic stuff. Take a throw. Pepe, when he come on as well, poor. So poor.
Even Aubameyang today, missing, weren't he? He got no service. If you've got a player of his quality on the pitch, you've got to get him on the ball somehow. We just didn't get any of the players that can hurt him on the ball. He hardly touched it. He was like anonymous in the game.
Well, maybe that's down to Liverpool nullifying him because they know that he's our most dangerous. Jurgen Klopp will know better than anyone that he's our most dangerous.
Did we see today why that midfield? you know, there's talks of Hossim Awar and that. You see why we need players like that. Because there was, you know, there's no creativity there, is there? And not until Ceballos came on, a little bit of creativity, but we need more in that midfield, don't we?
I think what Ceballos showed is that we don't have a ball carrier in the middle area, and that's what the likes of Awar can actually bring to the team, someone that can actually drive and cause problems. And Liverpool, in spells, when Ceballos was doing that, didn't know how to deal with it, and we were opening them up. And there was an incident right at the end when Oba nearly got through as well, and I felt he should have shot instead of trying to lay it. So we were opening them up. Despite how much better they were, we still had chances, which is a bit of a difference, you know, in comparison to other years. But it's the same old, and there's just too many issues that you're looking at and saying, right, you've got a week to sort. If Thomas Partey is sitting in that midfield, Liverpool are not dominating as much as they were, shall we say, because he ain't allowing it. I've watched Thomas Partey go to Anfield and dominate their midfield in the Champions League last season. You know the guy, you know what he, you know, you get from him. And it's very evident that's what we need. And both of them, what are they going to cost us, Robbie? Under 100 million. Come on, man. Go and spend the money and go and get them. You know, I realise it's a game of poker. I realise that it's not as easy as just going, yeah, here you go. There's a lot involved, and we do need to shift some of the players out. But you know what? Some of our players, I would rather we cut ties and just get rid of their contracts. Whether there's clauses in there that means you can't do that. We've spoke about that with the Mesut Ozil thing or whatever. I don't know. But we need to shift some of them out, and we've got a week to do it. Because it's structurally, you can see the difference in the team. And tonight, I would say that we never crumbled as we would have done in previous years. And there were positives. But it's individual performances again, and this is the issue. Mikel Arteta is having to deal with certain individuals that are simply not good enough and have mistakes in them. I look at that last goal, I've only seen it a couple of times, and the first reaction is David Luiz, poor header. And then on the flip side, I would want Bernd Leno to maybe tell him to get out of the way and command that, because there's no issues. I've seen the third goal. Looks to me like it's rolled down his arm. But again, I want to see it, you know, with a fresh pair.
Leno at fault for the first goal. Shouldn't he have done better on that? He just seemed to, again, just push it back into the path of Mane.
Again, I've only seen the one highlight. And what you've got to remember is that anyone who watched our stream tonight know that in the first half we were having problems with it. And I couldn't work out what was going on. So again, I want to watch it properly just to see, in that respect. What I was disappointed was with the way that we conceded so quickly after going 1-0 up. And the way we got that goal, very reminiscent to the Community Shield. We're playing out from the back, trusting what we've been instilled to do. But I also feel at times tonight we were putting ourselves in danger. There's some times where I look and I think, maybe we should go long. Just change it up the odd time, because it's very evident that Liverpool were just sitting on the edge of the box and saying, all right, we know they're going to play out, and it shouldn't be down to your goalkeeper that forces the pace from the back. Do you know what I mean? It shouldn't have to be that way, and I just felt there weren't no variation, but it's part of the process and part of what we're trying to build and do, and I can see structural change, I can see progress. But ultimately, we've got 7 days to give our manager something to work with, because what he's got at the moment is not good enough. And what you're going to find is that you go into games like this against big sides and you're going to ultimately come unstuck because players get exposed. And, you know, I think before we play our next big game away, the window will be shut. So we could go into that game at Manchester City with Awar and with Partey. And if we do, then we can really start to build and see where we go this season. But lessons learned. Frailties as usual, but I'm not going to be too overcritical tonight, because there were some good signs in there as well. So let's try and remain positive. Let's try and take some of those positives, because normally we come out of Anfield and there's no positives. None at all.
Same result as last year.
I know it's the same result, but that should have been previous year's results and everything else. There's no real positives that you can take out of it. Do you know what I mean? Whereas tonight, there are certain positives. Mane gets sent off, game changes. Laka scores, game changes. But ultimately, it's ifs, buts and maybes. and we move on to the next game. It's Liverpool again on Thursday, isn't it? Great. Yeah.
Cool. It's Robbie here from AFTV. Don't forget to check out AFTV on Flick for all the latest transfer rumours, for all the information on Arsenal, for all the information on AFTV. You can check me there for Q&As on a regular basis. The link is in the description. It is free to download. Download it right now.